Hello, church. My name is Janet Alejandro. I am a registered nurse.
Hi, my name is Carlene Parker Nunes. I am an infusion nurse and a clinical resource leader.
My name is Janet Roach. I'm a family nurse practitioner and I work at the Health and Wellness Center at the Hartford.
Hi, this is Valente Alejandro. I am a registered nurse. I work at the psychiatry unit.
Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Newell. I am a primary care physician. I'm an internist and a pediatrician, so I take care of adults and kids in the Waterbury area.
Being a first responder during the pandemic is very challenging in many ways. It's hard to go home and not take work with you. So I administer chemotherapy to patients whether they're COVID positive or not. And just having to be with the patients that's positive and the concern about catching the virus yourself, spreading it to your coworkers, or taking it home to your family is always forefront. And that anxiety does not stay at work. It goes home with you.
You know, going to work, it was a lot of anxiety, very anxious going in, not knowing, who I'm going to come across and if I will get the virus, and what about my family, what if I need to be isolated and even die? All those questions, that goes through your head.
For me, just talking to the patients was incredibly challenging because just listening to their stories, the people that I spoke with, either they had symptoms of COVID, they had COVID, or they actually lost people to COVID.
The COVID-19 pandemic is definitely this sort of strange and surreal and challenging time to practice medicine. I remember that the most challenging parts were really early on, trying to figure out the advice to give people even as we were learning about the disease ourselves.
Okay, so my motivations in being a nurse is helping others. It's who I am internally. I like to be helpful, and the great aspect of nursing is that you are able to help people when they're at their weakest moments, but you're also able to educate.
It's being empathetic and just being there, being a listening ear for these people and trying to encourage them throughout this difficult time.
Even though I know of the danger, but I was just glad to have a job and knowing that I could possibly make a difference.
So what motivates me to do what I do is fundamentally I want to help people. I want to be of service. I want to be able to take care of people.
I became a nurse practitioner actually later in life, and initially I was not a nurse or a nurse practitioner. I went into the field after studying the Bible and becoming a Christian, and I was just motivated by God's love and just seeing what Jesus did and how he treated people. Made such a difference for me, and it motivated me to want to be more like that.
So in my work, I guess the biggest inspiration that I get from God is remembering that that God is patient, God is kind, and so I think that often because when people are sick or when they have a long-standing illness or even when they're well, people aren't always at their best when they come to see a doctor, and so I'm inspired by Jesus' sacrifice, by his enduring patience with us, by his infinite kindness, and I remind myself that love is patient, love is kind, and I try to do for others, to treat with the compassion that God has treated me.
So I am inspired by God daily, but specifically in nursing, I'm inspired by God. Just grateful that I have Him, with me at all times. The hospital, just seeing people at their worst moments really just reinforces how blessed we are. It reinforces how imperfect we are and how much we need Him.
God saved us through Jesus Christ, right, our Savior. And like I was saying earlier, if I can help, maybe not save someone, but possibly help save people, that's how I think about God inspiring me to just go and help out and potentially save people.
I'm inspired by God with just His awesomeness, His greatness. Bringing the world to a standstill with a pandemic. Like, there's no better way to see what He meant by saying, "Be still and know that I am God." So that just reminds me to stop and be still. Stop and savor the moment. Stop and rest. Stop and give praise, give thanks, be grateful. Stop and encourage.